Okay, gang, Mike J. Anthony here. I just want to give my updated thoughts on Litecoin. This is not technical analysis. I don't do that. There's plenty of videos where you can go to get that. And I just want to give my fundamental opinion about it. This is no financial advice. It's just my opinion and informational entertainment purposes only. But again, I don't make many videos about this. The last one I made was about Litecoin going over 150. Then I made one about how I still like Litecoin. Well, I still love Litecoin. So that's basically that's it. That's all I wanted to say in this video. I'm just kidding. So I'm just looking at this chart here. Again, I'm not about to do any technical analysis. I just want to show this for reference that, I mean, I started buying Litecoin like about here. Okay, now this is May 2017 I'm looking at. So right around, it was right around now, about a year ago, I started buying it. I saw it go to this price, which is 15, and then it took off and it started to go up, and I got in here. I really wanted to get in at 15, but I think I missed it because the price was going up so fast. It zoomed past 20 bucks, and I got in right around 25. So I got in right around here. So I've continued to hold, and I didn't say anything about this to anybody. It was just something I wanted to do on my own. Excuse me. And it probably wasn't until $44, right around here, when I first sent out an email to my email subscribers who might be interested in getting into cryptocurrency, because most of them don't know what it is or what's anything about or how to buy it or nothing like that. And I did get some questions about it, and that's why I put up my first video, and I wanted to show people how to buy Litecoin. And I remember I said to buy it at $44 because that's around the price that it was at the time. And then again, I didn't say anything until I saw Litecoin go over this amount and then come back down. But I started to tell people to buy at $72 around that time because that's what it was trading at. So it was probably, and then now around this time, is this the blip? This is the blip that took it near $100, I believe. So I know it went to like 97, so that might have been the closing price of that day because this is a coin market cap I'm looking at, and but I remember it had gone to near $100, $97, something like that, and then it came back down, and I was like, okay, it looks like we just hit a new ceiling, which I believed was $100 at the time. So though it came back down underneath $50, which was the ceiling at the time, and we broke through that, and uh, then once we hit $100 again, I was like, oh man, we're off to the races. So here's one thing I did not expect. I don't think anyone did expect it to hit 375. But then we had that short-term bubble in December, which sent prices skyrocketing. But I remember back here at the, I'm going to say $50 levels, like right around here, I was watching videos here on YouTube that were talking about Litecoin possibly going to 300. And that was such a far cry that even though I was like, well, it's possible, based on what other coins had been doing or had done in the past. But anything's possible. It's possible it can go to zero as well. So that's a constant. But at the time, and we're talking about last summer, it was unheard of still to think about Litecoin at $300 because Litecoin had never gone over 100 yet. And it had been trading at $4 for over, let me see if I can see it here. Yeah, if I move out, you could see from 2014. So you're talking about 3 years. It traded at like $4, or at least. Well, let me just start from 2015. So 2 years of trading at $4. And I kind of watched it at this time, but very loosely. I wasn't that interested in Litecoin at this time. Um, I had a little Bitcoin at the time, so that's kind of what I was focused on. And because Coinbase, which is where I buy it at, only had Bitcoin at the time, and it came out with Ethereum, and I made a video about that when I bought it at $10, and I had no idea it would ever go to 1,200 at the time, like it did. If only we had a crystal ball, I knew these things. But this is all experimental stuff, and so you're just putting a little bit of money and seeing what happens, and that's pretty much all I did. And Litecoin came out, and I noticed that Bitcoin and Litecoin seemed to be the big dogs, but Litecoin had already been out. I don't want to say it just came out, but it just became available on Coinbase. But Litecoin is like the second oldest coin behind Bitcoin. It came out about 2 years after Bitcoin did, but it was never given any attention, and that's kind of what made me curious about Litecoin going into last summer. I became much more interested in it as I saw, people going crazy over Bitcoin. That was a given, and Ethereum was getting a lot of hoopla, but still, Litecoin wasn't getting nothing. And then Litecoin seemed to be more stable. It seemed to be, uh, just like Charlie Lee called it and other people called it, Bitcoin's little sister. The silver to Bitcoin's gold. And I said, wow, if that's really the case, then Litecoin is seriously undervalued, and that's what made me interested. And not only that, but its network seemed to be more stable, and it's faster. The fees were a lot lower, and I was just like, well, I don't think that this is going to be a coin that's going to go away anytime soon. Of course, it's possible, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's not, and I'm going to pick up Litecoin. So I've been interested in picking up a lot of Litecoin. So I still love Litecoin for the very same reasons. Okay, but this $300 is crazy. I couldn't believe that it actually hit that. So the person who predicted that, kudos to you, because when I watched that video way back when Litecoin was $50, it had never gone over. It traded for at $4 for 2 years. So once the uptrend really got going last summer, it's hard to believe that at the beginning of the year this was at $4 in January 2000. Let's look at that. January 2017. Yeah, it was under $4, and it actually hit 375, and that's nuts. And even when I was buying it at $20, I had no inkling that it would ever hit 375, ever. And in the videos I saw, I still thought that was far fetched, but possible. And lo and behold, it did hit 375. And then, since that proved to be a short term bubble in price, it came back down to what I believe the floor was $100, because remember, it did that blip to 100, came down, or near 100, came down, and then did it again. And once it went over that $100 mark, it just like skyrocketed. So I said, okay, well then $100 is the true floor. So I made a video about liking Litecoin at 150, and that's what it came down to. It had a short-term run towards $100 again, which I believed was the floor, since it had crested that ceiling all the way back in August, September timeframe. And it didn't go that much further underneath that. And here we are back around that price. And it went down brief to 120-ish. And now we're on about that price. So That's I like the $150 level, and like the technical and analyst people say, there's a lot of psychological support at this level. And even though I'm not a TA guy, I still have to pick and choose what prices I want to buy in. And I thought that around the $100 level to 150 is a very good level. This is still a very good level to get in because if anything I say is believable, I think this is going to once again at some point skyrocket again, and then break off past this 375. That's the reason why I still hold it. That's the reason why I haven't sold any, and I believe in the coin and the project behind it, and I think there's probably going to be some good news coming out about this coin, and I think it's still relatively ignored, to tell you the truth. And that's the main reason why I like it. I think it's much more ignored than Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin. Everything's ignored according to Bitcoin, but I mean, even as far as Ethereum and all these other coins out there, I can't believe that there's other coins out there that don't have nowhere near as much going for it as Litecoin does, but it trades at several times higher. So I don't get that, but I don't know anything at all. I'm just calling it the way I see it, and you know I like Bitcoin at these price levels though. We're right around 150 now. So let's see. We did break out of 150 for a bit, came back down. Now we're sitting right around the 150 mark right now. So, excuse me, that's why I wanted to make this video and explain that 150 is here we are again. And this is probably the third time I've seen 150 hanging around at 150, and that's the third time may be the charm. We may never see 150 again, just like I never saw 25 bucks again. I thought I would see it again. I never did. And then but 50 bucks I did see a couple times. I saw 50 bucks a couple times. I saw $100 a couple times, and it both times it blew those out. Now we're seeing 150 for a few times, and I believe anything could happen. Of course, it could go to zero, but I believe at this time that it's going to blow past 150, and where it stops, nobody knows. But I do think it will be over 375, its previous high, and once if and when it breaches 375, I believe that will become the new floor. So hold on to your butts, people, and I still love Litecoin. So if you are not in, get in. If you believe as I do, if you like Litecoin, I love it. I'm going to continue to hold it. And, if you agree, go ahead and comment, like, and share this video. Let me know how you feel about Litecoin and if you're holding or if you've been trading it or whatever. I don't do any trading. Again, I'm not a technical analyst guy. I'm not a trader. I hold it because I like it, and I have no reason to sell it. I like the prospects it's got, and that's it. So let me know how you feel about it and what you're doing with your Litecoin, or if you bought any at all. If you haven't bought any at all, I'll post a link to Coinbase where I buy it at, and if you deposit $100 into that account from using my link there, it'll get us both a free $10 in Bitcoin. Sorry. So if you want to, and this is U.S. speaking only, of course, because I don't know about other countries. I know Coinbase is available in at least 41 states, but not all states. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing with your Litecoin. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what I'm doing with Litecoin. I'm still holding, and if I was buying, I would be buying right now, and I would have been buying when it was down to towards $100, especially when I saw it around 115, 100, whatever it went down to lately. In the last couple of months ago, it went down to 113, 114. I think it was at 104 briefly. Yeah, I definitely would have been buying from there all the way up till now, and I'd still be buying. But right now, I'm just holding. So let me know what you guys are doing. I'll see you in the next video.